What's up, everybody? It's me, Johnny G. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is basically just going to be me talking. I have a massive announcement that I really want to make to you guys, and some of you may already know it, but this may not be massive to everybody, but it is to me because it concerns the future of my content creation career, in particular my streaming career. So, without further ado, let's get started and let's talk about this announcement. All right, guys, so basically, there's a couple things going on that prompted me to make a huge change here. And some of you may already know, when it comes to me streaming, I mainly streamed on Twitch, and then on occasion, I would do a few live streams over here. And, well, you guys also probably already know the fact that I was off for a couple of months there since right before Christmas until February, and I started back again because of damages to my house. And to be honest, things still aren't repaired, but we're getting there, and I may just end up having to do it myself because I just can't get a hold of any contractors or anybody worthwhile that's going to help me and not charge me an arm and a leg for something that really shouldn't cost as much as they're asking. But that's not the point of today. We'll get it fixed and we'll get everything back to normal. But for now, you're going to stick with this view for a bit. We got to get this fixed up behind. I still got to organize my bookshelf. It's just a mess right now. But honestly, guys, you guys know that, like I said, I've streamed a little bit on here and I mostly stream on Twitch. But the thing is, I've been working on a decision actually since late last year, before all this happened. And I stopped and I kind of had this thought of, I've been getting stagnant on Twitch. My viewership hasn't been growing. I haven't been getting anywhere. And I stopped and thought, is it me? Is it the games that I'm playing? Is it, because I mostly play Fortnite, but on occasion we jump into some other stuff. We do some Warzone. I've done a couple single player things before, and I definitely plan on doing more of that in the future. But, I hit this point where, I started going back on everything. And I started to look back on my streaming career and thinking about where I started, all the way up to where I am today, and how things have actually gone. And, a few years back, I was working at the American Red Cross doing IT work, and it wasn't really IT work, it was glorified secretary work. It was unfortunate, but ultimately, when I was there, I worked with somebody else who did streaming on Twitch, and, I talked to them a little bit about it because I thought it would be fun to try myself. Got some information, and I had I had an Alienware gaming laptop. That's all I had. So I got started. I started streaming. I started doing the Dead Rising franchise, and I got up to about halfway, I think, maybe a little more than halfway through Dead Rising 3, and then just life events set me back. So I was only really streaming for a couple months, and then I just couldn't. After after a few weeks, it kind of hit me that I wanted to continue. I wanted to keep doing it, but I just didn't have the time and the ability to. And I always wanted to get to that point where I had better equipment and I had a better camera and I had a better setup that I could just really start pushing through to really make a break into the industry, so to speak. And to be honest, this is the first and only mic I've ever had to play and stream with. I've never had anything else beyond this microphone. My cameras have changed since, because the first thing I started with, I had a little C920 webcam, like the OG version, and I didn't really have a lot of lighting. I sat in my parents' basement and I had fluorescent lighting above me, so it wasn't like I had a really fancy setup, and I didn't have overlays and stuff set up the way that I do now. But it was the beginning. I was learning. I was trying to pick things up, and like I said, that was like 2018 that I was doing that, and it only lasted for a short amount of time. I always knew that I wanted to come back, and it took me a few years. It took me till I moved out on my own to get back into it. And, well, as it stands, it's been a little over a year since I've been back, and I've been enjoying every minute of it. And I've been putting time and effort into improving the quality of my streams and improving how I play the games that I play. I've gotten so much better at Fortnite since we started. And that was one of the things that brought me back into streaming and brought me back into content creation, was the fact that I was sitting down playing Fortnite with my family. I got my kids into it, and my wife wanted to try it. And now we have our own little 4-person squad, and we've been enjoying it and loving every minute of it. And at the time I was like, you know what? I've said that I want to come back to streaming. I've said that I want to get back into this content creation stuff. This is the perfect time. We can play Fortnite live on stream and show the world how we've been getting wins, how we've been playing and just having a blast as a family. And, well, it started. I got back into things. I got on Twitch. I found my old account. I changed the password and everything. I got back in. I set everything back up, adjusted some of my, like, about me stuff and whatnot. I got into it. A couple months went by, and I got a message on Twitter. Somebody wanted to reach out to me about some things. I looked into it. It was Bowser from the Koopa Troop. He saw my stuff. He saw my posts. He looked into my channel, and he saw that I was making the effort, and he was like, hey, we're a group that we don't do follow for follow. We do support for support. You come in, you want to join, you could come hang out with us and, come join our streams, come watch my stream. We interact with each other. We vibe with each other. We hang out, and we work with each other to try and help everybody grow and become higher level streamers, and at least get you to, affiliate type thing, and, just grow together. So I joined, and I do not regret that decision, because it was awesome. It was such a big help, and I met a lot of great people through that. But it got to the point where, I only was able to do a little bit of support, but I couldn't fully support the way that they deserved. So I haven't been able to interact and hang out with them. Once in a while, I'll pop into their streams and say hi, and, but that's about it. Like, I just don't, with my life and my schedule, I don't have the time for it. But the reason I bring that up is, without them, I wouldn't have reached the follower count that I got on Twitch. Over 200 followers. I wouldn't have reached the point where they helped me get my 3 average to get the affiliate status. After that, I was an affiliate. I was able to start doing emotes. I was able to start doing other things for my channel, and I worked on it. I worked to push further and to try and do better content. I changed my overlays. I changed my like intro and outro and stuff a couple of times. And heck, I was so proud last year, the Halloween stream that I did for Resident Evil 3 Remake. And I'm so upset that I lost that VOD. I wish that there was some way that I could go back and recover it, but I never downloaded it. I don't think, at least, and I can't find it on my hard drives, but maybe it is somewhere. Maybe I did download it after, and I'm just not looking in the right place. But I was so proud of things like that I did, and some of the times that we had massive wins on Fortnite that were just so fun to watch and so cool to do. We started doing our kill race nights on Friday, and there was a lot of things that built up. But I started noticing that I was stagnant. Aside from the help from the Koopa Troop that I got, after their help, I went nowhere. I'd pick up a few followers here or there, but then I'd lose some, and whether it was people that they followed me to help support initially, but maybe they quit, deleted their accounts, or maybe it's a case where some of the followers I know were probably bots, or I had the people that, like if you guys have done any kind of content creation or streaming, from watching or like posting things on social media, that you get these bots and fake graphics artists and stuff that try to follow you, that they don't do legit graphic art work. They do cheap knockoff crap and not legitimate work. They do anything to try and make a buck and scam you. And you'll get occasionally a few of those that'll follow you on Twitch and be like, they'll message you or whisper with you on Twitch and try to be like, hey, your channel's cool and stuff. Buy my shit, But a few of them I know were following me that deleted or left and unfollowed me and stuff like that. And it is what it is. So, I'd kind of gain a couple and then lose a couple, but I never really got out of that realm of like 205 to 215. Like, I've been stuck there. And I've been grinding and still streaming every day, aside from my little break, to try and continue to build and grow, but it was going nowhere. And I hit a point where I looked at my wife and I said, what do I do? Because I post content regularly to various platforms: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and then I stream on Twitch. What do I do? Because on occasion I'm streaming on YouTube. Maybe I move all my content to YouTube. Maybe I just switch and I'll still do my social media and my TikTok, but I'll stream and post all my videos and stuff on YouTube. What do I do? Do I do something like that? And we talked about it, and we talked over some pros and cons, and we were like, let's give it a couple months. And so I started putting a little bit more emphasis and a little bit more time into learning some things with YouTube, or rather how I was editing videos and my thumbnails, the quality of my thumbnails on YouTube and some things like that. And I was like, what can I do to boost my YouTube content, and how's things going for me? And I downloaded YouTube Studio app on my phone and started looking at my analytics and looking at what I was doing. And the thing is, one of the things, like I said, with Twitch, I got a lot of help from the Koopa Troop and other places. And, in my opinion, I consider it semi-organic, because it's not like it was me paying and buying bot followers, and it's not like I was, not like it just wasn't real people, or it was, fake. It was legitimate people that would come on, they'd follow me and maybe come on a stream or two, and then that was that. But over on YouTube, everything that I have on YouTube has been organic, and it's all been my own doing, that it's come from, whether you guys have found me on social media, whether you guys have found me through YouTube, through the algorithm on YouTube Shorts now being a thing. Some of you guys may have found me through there. And my subscriber count on YouTube over the past couple months has grown incredibly. My view count, my watch hours, all my stuff. I've been following my analytics and looking at the algorithm on Twitch and where my audience comes and my analytics on Twitch. I'm getting monumental differences in my exposure on YouTube as a platform as opposed to on Twitch. With that being said, and with how organic my growth has been on YouTube, all over the world, my videos have been watched. It's so fun to see where people are seeing my content from and seeing how they're finding me. It's such a huge, massive difference in how I'm getting found on YouTube and how I'm growing on YouTube. So, with that being said, after taking a couple months and hoping that things will change on Twitch, after looking at all my analytics, I've given it a hard thought. I've taken the time to talk with family, and I've come to a decision that from here on, guys, my streaming content is all going to be hosted right here on my YouTube channel. From now on, I will no longer be streaming on Twitch. Maybe once in a while I'll go back and pop on just to keep the channel active. Just come on, go live, or do something for fun. But from here on out, all of my live streaming, my weekly live streams that I do Wednesday through Sunday, timeline may change eventually in the future, but as it is, I do Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All my live streams will be hosted right here on my YouTube channel. So that's basically my announcement. I know it was a little long-winded to get there, but I want to talk a little bit about the history and what led up to me making this decision. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop making YouTube content, and I know I've been a bit behind on uploading. I know I said before that my goal was to try and upload at least a single video a week, and I have a lot of content in the backlog, so you guys are going to be getting some backlog content here soon. I'm going to be making not so much making, but editing and posting a lot of content here soon to try and get, because you're going to get some things that, like, I made a Pokemon Day video. It was just unboxing, opening some cards. I'd like to get that edited and posted. I unboxed my Resident Evil 4 Remake Collector's Edition. Haven't gotten to post it yet. There's a couple other videos, random videos, taste tests, and things like that I filmed that we haven't gotten to post yet, and some other things that are waiting to be filmed yet. To top that off, I have game series and things that I want to play and do individual, like, episodes for. I actually would like to do an entire series of Resident Evil and, like, start, because, you know, if you guys don't know, and you probably should, but, you know, if I haven't said it, I'm sorry, but I am a massive Resident Evil fan. I have read all the books. I have played every one of the games, including all the oddball ones, like, you know, the Dead Aim, Resident Evil Dead Aim, Resident Evil Gaiden. I've played the first-person shooter PS1. What was that one? Survivor. And just some of the odd offshoot Resident Evil games that have been out there, I've played. I have immersed myself in those stories. God, when I was younger, I'll admit, when I was in high school, I used to like writing my own, like, fan fiction, if you would, of Resident Evil. Not, you know, not weird stuff, but, like, I would come up with a story and try to tie Leon into it, or Chris, or Jill, or Claire, or whatever, and just, this is, you know, my idea of a story, of an event that could be turned into a game, something that just felt like the story of it. And, you know, I have loved that franchise from the beginning, and I'd love to make a series of it. I've actually been waiting. I have not played Fortnite Save the World because I want to make an episodic series out of that with what content is available. And I have so many other games and things that I'd like to play and do things on the channel here, things that I can do with my family as well. And then we'll continue streaming games like Fortnite and Warzone, and maybe some games that maybe I could beat it in a sitting or two. I'll do holiday streams and things like that. But we're going to keep it all right here. And it's going to be easier for me. Now, one thing that I have to get used to, and I will admit, is the fact that over here on YouTube, there's the thumbnail system. And, you know, over on Twitch, I could go live. I didn't have to worry about anything like that. Over here, you do thumbnails and things like that. So I'm going to make up a few basic ones that I could use, you know, on occasion, as well as, like, you guys have seen the ones that I've made before for past live streams and things on here. I'm going to make some stuff up like that, you know, maybe I could just switch around here and there. We'll use it. Whatever the case is, we're going to get used to it. It's going to be a bit of a change, and I'm working on getting everything, you know, switched over and adjusted, like, as far as my stream elements and OBS and all that to get it all set up. So I'm not going to be ready to go live my normal schedule this week, but I'm hoping to be back this Friday for Kill Race Night and stuff like that. This Friday will be April 14th. Yes, April 14th. So I'm hoping to be back live at least that night here for the first time on YouTube, and we'll get started. We'll do this weekend and then get into normal schedule next week. Give me some time, Monday and Tuesday coming up, to be able to make a whole bunch of thumbnails and do some other stuff to adjust. Heck, I even got a product today. I got me a Elgato Stream Deck. I've actually been using a little, I don't know if I can pick it up if it's long enough, but camera can't really see it, but I have a little Logitech G13 game board here that I program the keys to use for, like, switching my scenes and doing stuff like that. And you know what? I felt it was time for an upgrade, something a little bit easier to use. I was doing some research, watched some videos on this, and I got the XL one because I want to use it with some of my other software and things as well, not just for streaming, but, you know, video recording and, like, game software and some of my development stuff. But there's a lot going on, and a lot for me to do, and a lot for me to get used to. But I'm super excited about this, and, well, I've lovingly dubbed this Chapter 2 for me, because, I mean, I guess in a sense it could be Chapter 3 if you count, you know, again, where I started streaming back in 2018, 2019, whenever it was, and then coming back last year, having my break, and now shifting over to YouTube would be maybe Chapter 3. Maybe it is, whatever. But to me, it's Chapter 2 because all that other stuff previously was all on Twitch. This is all moving to YouTube. But in the end, I feel like it's just going to be easier overall for me. everything, all of my main content will be hosted right here. I'll still continue posting to Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and all that stuff. YouTube Shorts I'll continue to do. But I feel like I'm just growing and I'm being seen more on here than I ever was on Twitch. So with that being said, that's the big announcement. That's the big thing, guys. And I appreciate you all, especially, whether you've watched 2 seconds of the video or you watched the entire video, you made it this far, you listened to this little fat guy ramble, it's just, it makes me happy to know that somebody took the time out of their day to click on this or to watch or whatever the case may be. Maybe, in the future, you'll hang with me a little bit more. We'll continue growing here. And we'll make this a little bit more because, when I say career, I want multiple things out of my life right now. And I want to open and run a game design studio someday. And I want to continue streaming and making content creation. That is my goal for a career. So I'm putting as much effort as I physically and mentally possibly can into this right now. And to top it off, guys, right now things are a little bit low. I'm sitting at 95 subscribers here on YouTube as of the time that I'm making this video. That to me is exciting. That is huge. That is massive because we are very close to 100. And I'm talking with my wife and just trying to brainstorm and come up with ideas for stuff. What can we do as a special once we hit 100 subscribers video and, react to some things? Maybe I could get you guys to send me in something, whether it's on social media or whether I have you send it to like my email or something like that. Send me something kind that, that I could go over and read and, or whatever. Or maybe I start one of those game series that I was talking about as a special, this is what I do to hit, or since I hit 100 subscribers, this is what what I'm doing to celebrate. So appreciate you guys. This is what we're going to do. I don't know yet, but there's a lot of exciting stuff in the future and I cannot wait to enjoy it with each and every one of you. And I hope we grow and continue to grow and have a kick-ass Tsunami Samurai Corps right here on YouTube. With that being said, that's it for this one. Guys, if you could, leave a like on this video, especially if you made it this far. Let me know in the comments what you're looking forward to with the channel in the future. And ultimately, if you haven't already, please subscribe. It helps me to, as we said before, grow, and it helps me to bring you some more cool content. We'll get lots of cool stuff coming here in the future, including that backlog that I said. You'll see lots of pre-recorded stuff and lots of cool live streams coming up here. With that being said, that's going to be it for this video. And I will see you guys in the next one.